Yellow, yellow, yellow. Yes, that's a color, but that's how I like to say hello as well. Welcome to another episode of Power Positivity. And if you thought having one guest was enough chaos and insanity, do I have a treat for you? Say hello, TeamRICK.
TeamRICK roll
Hello.
call.
Hi. Where did that go?
I feel like I feel like for this episode, you're going to need the context as to why Cisco is crying of laughter right now.
I'm
Please
just
flash
scrolling back
that
in our
graphic
folder.
on screen.
Yeah. Got a really good picture, Ryan.
Why
Why do you have that? I'm really glad I didn't delete the Rick posting server. Let's
What?
put it that way.
What an open. What an open. Anyways, hello.
Perfect.
Hi.
It's beautiful.
Oh my goodness.
That's exactly what I wanted. Alright. Alright. So, how do you all started this? Do you like what is each of your memories about how the team started? How do you all decide to goof off together?
Oh God.
Does anyone want to respond first?
Well, you see, Ryan was in a shower this one time.
Yeah. I know my part of it, so I guess I'll start with my part, but I'm probably the last of everybody in the group to come
think
in. So chronologically, I'm probably last, but I'll go first because I know it the most recently, which was I met Ian years and years and years ago because in iRacing, they split everybody up by club. And so if you're in the US, you basically are either in a particular state or a particular region. And so Ian was like one of the 5 people who were recognizable from Club Illinois at the time. And he also streamed at the time. So I was like, okay. And I just randomly reached out to him one time to do a commentary gig for me on one of the broadcasters I used to run. And we sort of hit it off from there. He then introduced me to Keenan to do drift broadcast stuff.
Introduced by Zin, oh God, please help us because we have no other options. Yeah, you're right.
Yes.
Yes.
And that sort of brought me into the friend group with Ryan. And then I think it was, so then the first Broadbent Zolder race happened, and I designed the paints for Ian and Keenan on that. And that was before TeamRICK, but that was like the beginnings of TeamRICK almost. It was the 2 Astons. And after that, was it Le Mans that we did?
Yep,
Or-
I think that Le Mans was our first
And we were like,
outing.
because I think Keenan, you were gonna do it with Ryan, and then you were like, well, I need more people, and that was
That's what it
that
sounded
was.
like, you're right.
I think that's how it happened. I don't know. I defer to everyone else.
Was Rick's first race Le Mans? I could have swore Rick's first race was the second Jimmy race, right?
No, as a 4-stack, it
No.
absolutely was Le Mans.
Okay, no, you're right.
'Cause Le
Yeah,
Mans
you're
would be in
absolutely right,
June,
actually.
right?
Yeah. No, you're right.
Zolder
You're right.
would have been the winter time. Yeah.
This is back in 2021, I think it was.
Oh, the Zolder? No, it was pre-COVID.
Oh, look, pre-COVID. Holy cow! See, this is what happens when you get old
it
and senile. Your
it
memory
wasn't.
fades.
No, it wasn't pre-COVID. It was 2020, and I remember because I drove it on the Sibrings at work at the time. But nobody else was there. Yeah. Nobody. This was after everyone had left the offices, so it was just like 4 people who came in, and I used the sim rig at work because I remember because at Le Mans we had the stupid. You had to use this amount of boost at every part of the corner, and so I had a piece of masking tape on the sim rig that had like left or right indications and what my boost level needed to be at that turn every single lap.
No. Also, this is
God.
the time. Bear in mind, when Cisco had no idea that you had to use boost at all during the laps. So he shows up for a couple hours of practice. He's like, hey, so I'm running like 3:30s, but I'm not using boost. And I think the three of us all went, oh! So we all knew, boost!
That was the beginning of a lifelong friendship, believe it or not.
Yes.
So that's my side of it.
Yeah, who wants to go next?
Yeah.
I think I met Ian just because there wasn't a lot of people playing iRacing, making content about it at the time, so we kind of just naturally crossed paths and like I think just started shooting messages back and forth to each other on YouTube and kind of snowballed from there. And I think Ryan, whether he wants to admit it or not, is a pretty well-known racing game YouTuber. So I knew he was streaming. I don't remember if I found him on Twitch or YouTube, but it kind of just all snowballed from there. Where like we have enough mutual interests and we're hanging out in each other's chats, and we're like, oh hey, this person's doing iRacing or this person's doing this. I'm gonna do this. And then we're like, well, we should do a team race. Well, Ryan will be fun to have on the team, even if we don't do well. It's just like all friends racing. You know what I mean? I think that's pretty well the TLDR from my perspective.
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. The nice part is like the group here is like we're just a collective band of idiots with a passion for racing. We just came together under like common ground and wanted to do fun things every once in a while whenever we get the chance. You know, it's a fun group dynamic. It's really enjoyable, and I think anytime TeamRICK gets together, it's pretty much excitement guaranteed at this point, which is always the fun part about this group, which I always appreciate.
Yeah, I think the group wouldn't be as fun to, in general, if one of the members was missing. That's why I wanted you all here. How about you, Ryan? What do you remember about how you entered here this group?
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Brain rot.
I have zero memories of how I met these three. It just kind of happened.
That's what happens when you wank it every night, man. It kills all the brain cells.
Wait, what am I doing
I'm
here?
down to one.
One day I wake up and I'm just like, who are these? What?
Oh yeah.
Who?
For his,
Wait.
your mic
Wait.
dropped out there, buddy.
Good.
It made it funnier.
True.
Oh boy, you're gonna get that a lot. By the way, I'm definitely not at a stable internet location.
Don't worry about it.
All I know is one day some dude who really likes drifting in video games
That's me.
decided to like this person who at the time was very anti-drifting in video games.
Yeah, literally, I think the first stream I went to in Ryan's, I was like, "Oh, you're like the drifting guy, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "I don't like drifting at all. It's stupid." I was like, "Oh, thanks, thanks for that." All right, I was like, "Oh no, this guy's a friend. We're gonna keep talking to him."
My first interaction was this person directly insulting the things I like. We're best friends.
Yeah, I can't believe Ryan Reddit modded me day one. Unbelievable.
Oh god.
I was like, "Yeah, it doesn't matter." He's like, "Wait, what?" I'm like, "Yeah, no, we can have different interests." And he was like, "Wait, you're right." And then that was it.
Hey.
And for the record, I'm not anti-drifting anymore.
No, I'm
I
pretty
I
drifting
recognize it as a sport. It's just not my thing.
No, most of the sliding you do is on gravel, to be honest.
I haven't played that game yet, Cisco.
Yes.
I actually forgot gravel was a game for a second.
I thought it was a snack.
Wait.
Why would you eat gravel?
It's free and it's right there.
The
No.
grass is literally right next to it, bro.
Yeah, well, that's salad.
That's for touching.
That's
Touch the grass
reported.
and eat the gravel.
Scampi Linguini.
No, hey, don't you put that evil out into the world right now.
2 more weeks. They need to make it 2 more weeks.
Hey, we need to call our local Red Lobster. Just fucking hold on, because we're about to do something really funny. Please.
Just make it 2
So-
more weeks.
So here's the problem with TeamRICK lore and TeamRICK humor. I feel like a lot of our jokes are just complete inside jokes that you just have to know the joke of the joke of the joke to understand the reference. Sometimes.
That is true, but it also is the case where generally one of us will make a joke, and not everyone will get it every time, but at least one of us will get every single joke or reference or anything. Because
Well, that's our superpower.
yeah, because we're all like in the the car space in terms of like brain space, but then we all have branching interests out of that. But usually, if you think of it like a Venn diagram, at least one of us overlaps with somebody else.
I've never made a joke in this group chat ever and not have someone be like, like it's my favorite part of this group of friends is that I could just say whatever dumb shit comes to brain. I'm like, I look at Ian be like, look at Cisco might be like, but I'll look at Ryan and be like, like, at some point, someone's gonna giggle at this stupid shit that comes out of my mouth.
Dude, now to keep at least some semblance of an interview going, do y'all have like a favorite moment with each other? Like, oh, that was amazing, kind of thing, kind of deal.
Oh, so I think I have two favorite moments, but they're kind of divided. In a less serious manner, I always love every time some dumb game comes up and we're all playing together. Toho Kart,
No,
Mario Party. Every time we do stuff like that,
God,
not
slaps.
Toho Kart.
Slaps. Toho Kart rules for like
No,
30
it
minutes.
doesn't.
Okay.
Shut up. That stupid fucking game. I would
But-
never
but
play that
obvious-
crap again.
No, it was a great game. We gotta do it again this year. We're gonna do it on stream and everything.
That's it. Streamathon goals this year now.
I'd watch it.
But no, I think overall, like it's a complete toss up between our Zolder Jetta race and probably Le Mans. One of those two are probably my favorite as far as like
I
a
was gonna say
team
Le Mans,
collective
yeah.
effort. Yeah, but both of those were just like lots of diversity, lots of chaos. Just a lot of us all coming together and doing our best in our individual ways. Actually, getting a decent result out of it. I think both of those were like equally as high up on my my totem pole, I'd say.
To not have the same answer as you, I forget the year, but there was a Daytona 24. So me and Ian do it solo every year, and I think it may have been the year that I got the record, where we both ran it, and then Ryan and Cisco were like in and out of the call the whole night. So like it wasn't a like group race per se, but like just considering what we accomplished in terms of money for charity and whatever, and we got to hang out together for like a whole day. Yeah, I think like Le Mans would have been my first choice, but like I don't remember what year of Daytona, but our Daytona 24s are not just like a solo effort. Like Cisco's basically on the pit box, and Ryan raced a little bit one year, and he comes and hangs out for a bit when he can, because I know usually he's working overnights, so doesn't really have time to hang out during the wee hours. But those are the two big ones for me. But it's really hard to choose. There's so many good moments.
I think my favorite TeamRICK moment wasn't a moment that I was actually involved in, but it was a moment I bear witness to. And I think
Yeah.
Ian was there for it as well. I don't remember, but Keenan and Ryan were playing F1 doing the two-player career
Oh
mode.
my God, no!
And
Oh no.
there was so they were both on Aston Martin at the
Oh,
Oh,
No.
time. And Ryan, so they're doing the two-player career or whatever. And what you can do is you can absolutely change teams in the middle of the season and not tell the other person. So contract negotiations came up, and I don't know if it made it into the video of it happening, because it was like, because they're streaming it while they're recording, and it like I don't even know if this clip is out there, but Ryan changed teams in the middle of the season to Ferrari from Aston Martin and didn't tell Keenan, and then Keenan saw the notification come up. Oh yeah, your teammates changed. And
After I spent like a half an hour resetting the game over and over so Aston Martin would accept my contract, because they kept saying no.
they didn't
I
want to
spent
keep him.
like 45 minutes trying to get this to work, and Ryan just went, I'll just go to Ferrari. Motherfucker. I wasn't mad that he changed teams. I was mad that I lost hours of my life trying to keep the bit going. And Ryan went, I see a solution to this. I'm just going to... Spaghetti!
hey, free pizza is free pizza.
They bribed my man with a pizza party and he took it. He ate the whole pizza by himself.
That whole Let's Play, even though it was Keenan and Ryan's Let's Play, but Chev and I ended up, because the other joke that came out of this was, this is a quali sim, because those two would constantly restart qualifying. So literally, depending on who it was, we just go in, if we were around, go, this is a quali sim. Just every time, because it would be the same 5 dialogue lines over and
now,
over.
If I hit restart
and
on
over.
any game I play, someone in chat goes, "This is a quali sim," and it's been years since we've done 2-player career. Oh, I have the game. Thanks for reminding me. I got a
But
code
that's
for it like a week ago. I totally forgot.
It's a little bit out of the box, but that's probably some of my favorite moments.
Pipe up, Burton.
Man, the good answers were taken. I don't know.
You can have some more sediment. That's fine. Sediment, I said. Holy crap.
Sediment.
Me when I'm laying on the bottom of a liquid.
I mean, I think Ryan, you and Riccio Party probably.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's what I was gonna choose. The 50 turn 4 hours of absolute chaos that was Riccio Party.
I bet it on you.
Oh, that was a mistake you made.
My favorite thing is like forgetting that Ryan just needs a little push to be a fucking menace. Like you're like, oh, Ryan's just a nice dude, whatever. He wouldn't hurt a flea, and then like one thing happens to him, he's like, all right, I'm getting me mallet, and it just turns into an asshole with no regret or like regard for human life. That's my favorite personality trait of Ryan in video games.
Ah, so you chose death.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
literally.
to oblige.
like Ryan has the most stars or something, and it makes the most logical sense to take a star from him. He goes, so you made an enemy of me for the rest of your goddamn life. Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Ryan Burton is the one who says, this hurts you more than it hurts me.
Yeah. While he's putting a shotgun barrel in my mouth. Hey, yeah, you're right.
God, I'm so glad I thought of this.
I have to get the band together.
Yeah, and it's fun to interact with y'all.
Definitely making my not drive to work a more fun experience. So thank you for that.
Corn.
I love corn.
That's all that's there. It's corn, and more corn.
Something it has the juice. What kind of
I have the
projects
ethanol.
do you see y'all doing? Do you see yourselves doing in the future?
Come again?
What kind of projects do you see yourselves doing in the future?
Well, it's so hard to get all 4 of us now. Where like over COVID, right? Like a lot of us who had, let's say, traditional work weren't as needed. Like I was sitting around doing nothing for basically 2 years. We were all like, it was really easy to just like, hey, you guys want to get together on Friday or do this race or whatever. So a lot of the Rick stuff now is like 2 or 3 of us, which is kind of like a bummer because it's not the same without the full piece. But like me and Ryan have been, I want to say we've been putting it off, but I've been putting it off. Our show that we used to do on Traction, where we would just play like retro racing games together, that I'm sure like either of us have never played with another human before, and be like, oh, the split screen of this is dope, or like, oh, the split screen of this sucks. I think that's probably something that'll be in the pipeline before the end of the year. Cisco said too. I mean, I've heard mixed reviews in the game, but I would love to do our career mode again because that was fun when the summer gets a little bit less crazy. Because we don't have to do much prep for that; just get on and go. So I think if we're gonna do any like things together, that would probably be the easier one to do. Usually we do like Vortex races and stuff together. I think all of us were busy for last Vortex, which is like a multi-class off-road race and iRacing. where you can only realistically have 2 or 3 drivers, so it kind of works out. And me and Cisco are gonna be in meat space together in like 2 weeks. Like not even 2 weeks. Maybe Ian too. We haven't heard back yet because his job's kind of stupid. But I might install Mario Party on my laptop if we have a night with nothing to do at the hotel. One of us can punch the other in real life. That'd be funny.
Well, if this is I haven't put a ton of thought into it because my brain is literally just, hey, you got to go to work. Hey, it's time to drive. Got to go to work. Oh, you have COVID again. Sixth time. Fun. Anyways,
Only
but
6?
besides the point.
I was sure
Only
it was more than
6.
6.
Only 6, allegedly. Definitely 6. You know, speaking of like you and Ryan playing your retro games as a series, Crash Team Racing has multiplayer online now. Someone made a mod. So if you guys want
we can
to,
race for second, I
you
guess.
guys want to tussle.
I was
Oh
gonna
no, I'll
say,
go a whole
yeah,
lap
so
later.
we're
You'll be
all
fine.
racing
You'll be fine.
for
You'll be
second
fine.
then.
I'll start. I'll start a whole lap later. You'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay, buddy. Ian, my cock is 5 inches long, Plash. We get it, man. You're cool. All right.
Woo! National average, yeah, baby.
Don't make me laugh, bro. I'm gonna die.
It again, kind of what's sort of morphed out of the fact that the dynamic has changed since COVID, because obviously we aren't all together. We're all busy. We all have different things going on, but because of that, it's sort of morphed into almost 2 or 3 of us will be involved in something, and the fourth will drop in just randomly. So like we were watching FD. Keenan and I were watching FD.
Oh my god.
Like 2 weeks ago, or was it 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
God, yeah. And Chev came in for part of it. Wasn't there for part. Was that the one you were at, Chev, or was that the one you were dead for?
That would be the one that I was on the roof of the Boone Speedway watching.
Okay. But yeah, and Key and I were just sitting there, and then all of a sudden, dee Ryan jumps in, says 2 words, and then it just connects immediately.
I forget what he said. Ryan, what'd you say?
Jared was making an announcement over the PA that he found somebody's wallet. So I just came into the voice call and said, "Hey, that's my wallet. Give it back," and left.
And then left, and because it was like boo-doo-doo, and I didn't like have the wherewithal to check the call, so I was like, who could join our private channel? And then once my brain clicked that there's only 4 people who have permissions to do that, Ryan went, "That's my wallet," and then left.
But because of the dynamic, we all sort of end up dropping into each other's things one time or another. Because I have my iRacing stuff, and Keenan will end up working on those some of the time, just whether he's available or not.
I need money.
Yeah. Chev will be doing dirt stuff, and I'll randomly come across it. Ryan's streaming. All 3 of us, usually at least once a week, will drop in. Keenan usually every night once he's done streaming and high. We'll jump in on Ryan's stream.
Whoa.
Listen.
Whoa, pal. I'm just a big fan of salad, okay? I like my greens. It is a legal substance to eat lettuce here. Iceberg, romaine, there's 2 different strains. Wait, nobody? I thought that was funny. Okay.
I was
like, this is a banger. I'm going to get it with this one.
I was holding it back for the gag. All of us we're all sort of vaguely aware of what the other is doing most of the time. So that usually means we're not far. That's the thing, is we're all busy, but none of us are ever far from what somebody else is doing. So it sort of works out that way.
All right, as I said, I believe when I did the interview, Keenan, I really don't plan these in advance. So if it shows, well, you all know why. Is there? Does any of you have a dream project you like to do as part of the group? If there's something you haven't mentioned yet.
Oh, yeah, Rick.
I want Ryan to go first. Rick Con for sure, but I want Ryan to go first. I want to hear this.
Yeah.
Unfiltered. Let's hear it.
I want to
I
hear
need
that
time to
duck
think.
speak. I want to hear that duck speak. I need you to make your profile picture, Ryan, a GIF, so every time you start speaking, it goes. I need that in my
No,
life.
his profile picture on Discord needs to be like the pop cat.
Yeah. But whatever face
That's
that
fun and
was.
gag. We can't do that. Fun and copyrighted that already.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's true.
I apologize. I was not aware.
Well, do you
Dream
have
project?
do you have something in mind, Ryan?
I don't really know. Hmm. Because like
Maybe he goes second.
my because most of my involvement with things that we plan or whatever is, hey, do you want to do this? Yeah, sure, why not? I'm not really the one to make. I kind of stay laser focused on like the things I do with my streams and everything with that. So it's more of I don't know how to explain it.
I think I
The best
understand where
way
you're
I,
coming from.
yeah. The best way I can explain it is Ryan is a season ticket holder to whatever dumb crap that TeamRICK is doing.
Yeah.
So he's not the person usually orchestrating it, but you look out in the stands, it's like, wow, this is the dumbest idea ever. Who's the first one here? Oh, look, it's Ryan.
Camera
Ryan's
pans
that
over to
one
me,
guy when
zooms
they
in,
get.
and I just wave.
Yeah, exactly.
Ryan's the guy who shows up at 4 p.m. for the races at 8 o'clock, sits on a seat, and goes, "Woo!"
I just hope all the teams have fun.
Actually, I know what my dream project is. I can thought of it right away.
I thought of one too.
What is it then?
All right. Well, listen here. I know Arrow and I, it's always been a thing to solve the thing, but he and I are getting old. We don't want to do it anymore. We're thinking about splitting it in half. But one of these times, do like 12 and 12. But I
Daytona,
low
yeah.
key have always wanted to do a full Rick Daytona 24. That's been like that one's been like on the back of my mind for a while. I would love to do that. I feel like that's like just enough like brain off driving to be complete idiots the entire time on comms, but still like competitive enough to where we could actually like maybe box.
I need Ryan to
I think
learn
that would
songs
be
and automaton for that.
Oh my god, please.
I'm gonna buy like a little child's drum. Like
How are we gonna get the band together?
me and Ryan had a bit that lasted about
Play
as
the
long as it
harmonica.
needed to last, where we were buying children's musical instruments, trying to outdo each other. He had I think it was a kazoo, and I bought a vuvuzela from the dollar store and went beat that. And then he immediately bought a automaton, and I went, I am not prepared to top that. So it was really funny for like 2 weeks.
I
was
win.
like, yeah, Ryan won immediately. I was like, wait, I had an idea. I wanted like a little child's accordion, but they were like $60. I went, it's not that funny, and then I put it in my wish list at Amazon, where it sits to this day. I'd like to do something in real life. I know that's not necessarily like a project, but like it's like pulling teeth trying to get four of us in the same place on the internet. But I think it'd be really cool if we went to the Indy 500 together or something, or Daytona in real life, or something that we could all go to, whether it's a race or like just hanging out for a weekend. It doesn't really matter. I feel like the four of us in a room would be like on a voice call. We're already pretty good with our energy, but just like I think someone just stuck a camera around us for like a weekend of doing some sort of thing again, like whether that's Indy 500 or whatever. I think it'd be a really fun experience. I like us too because we're like I wouldn't call us a sim racing team because a lot of us have like other interests or whatever, but like a lot of air quotes sim racing teams are very serious and they're like, oh, we're focused on results. I think we're one of the few that are like that is so not relevant to what we're doing at all ever. I think that's why people like us too. It's like we don't really take ourselves too seriously, and I think we're just good to be around as a group. And I don't know, it would be cool to do like some sort of racing thing together.
It's like when we do Zolder and it's all these really serious teams being goofballs, and we're like, oh, that's just our entire thing the whole time.
I remember when I called Max Verstappen a pee-pee head on the microphone to his face.
God.
And then I called him a catfish, not to his face, because he has money and he will know where I live. It won't take long. Max, if you're watching this,
Max.
No, you're not.
Max probably ain't
Please.
watching this.
yeah, please turn this
Yeah,
off.
that's what I was about to
Max
say.
ain't watching this.
He's in Montreal right now. He's not far. He can come beat me up.
Yeah. Max Verstappen is approaching your location rapidly.
I gave my reasons.
If Max Verstappen hears this, I'll run 10Ks naked.
Man, so the opposite of that is never say something like that because you never know. I'm
Power of the
looking
internet.
over. Never make the oh yeah, that'll never happen. I'll do this really stupid dare, because that'll never happen. That never make those bets. I say, looking very far on the other side of the voice call at the guy in the DJ table.
At
said the
Max
very said thing.
Verstappen, you should check out what these guys said about you in this interview.
You know, all I have to say about that is. Hey, how's it going, guys? First time here. I'm sorry I'm late.
I think my project would be if we ever had the time to do it, some form of the Rick cast that we've, and just do. I don't know what we would talk about, and I don't know when we do it, what we talk about, if anyone would care. But doing a podcast would be fun. But
Yeah, we'll
that's
do
my
episode
dream project.
0, and then that's it.
Thanks, Iowa.
No, you don't be a funny bit for me. You don't be a really funny bit
Iowa
for me.
stole that sentence.
Yeah, Iowa.
Oh, like,
My favorite, dude. No, you didn't hear it. You didn't hear it. You're like, so the thing is, and that's it.
I agree.
Yeah, me too.
yeah. Well,
That idea will be lost to Corn for the rest of our.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And I.
My turn.
Place one car face down.
I can't
And I
believe you
am-
just said. You know that thing where you sometimes and and what you could say and you and with that some and the weight and that
you
and
ever
that
had a
could do anything.
Have you ever had a dream that you could?
See what I mean? One person makes one joke, and then three of us are like, tasty funnies, and then just pile on top of it.
Uh, Jesus. Oh God, you know you have to be laughing when I say Jesus, because I'm not religious at all. Anyway,
Jesus Christ.
I think young Jeezy enjoyed a little chuckle every now and then.
Jesus Christ.
See what I mean about the reference thing?
Yeah. See, that's one person got that here.
Is I left a 10 here? Jesus Christ.
hey God, am I allowed to talk yet?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. Welcome back. Is this heaven? No, it's Iowa.
And then he got
Nope, it's gone.
and God said no.
God said, I in fact do not find this very funny.
I had my turn.
It's like that. You ever see the video of the one dude? He's like, how? So what's that hit me for? 28, 38. No, 38. Oh, he does the thing. I'm fine. I'm gonna find receipts. I'm sorry.
Nope. Still no, Ian. Nope.
When you all started, did you think it was going to become this? all
Oh, the
that
first
it's
day.
being right
Absolutely,
now?
I knew. The first day and every time. Yeah, no. I don't think any of us had. No. No, I don't think we cared really at that point. I mean, I don't know about everyone else, but that was sort of like we just kind of that first Lamar race, we just sort of did it to do it, not really thinking about it, and that's sort of how we've. I mean, the last Zelda race, The last Zolder race, Ian spent 11 months saying, "Oh, we're not gonna do it. We're not gonna do it. We're not gonna.
That's
I'm
my
not
favorite
doing
bit
it.
about
We're
Zolders.
not
He's
doing
like,
it."
absolutely not. And then as soon as the Zolder side up, I signed us up, guys. We're ready. All right. Every
I
year.
guess we're doing it.
I'm not doing it this year.
Oh, if only I could tell you guys things I knew.
Oh, I'm doing it this year.
And how did the name Rick come about?
I think that one was me. I literally just took the first letter of all of our names and started moving them around until I made a word and went, oh my god, Rick, that's funny. And that's it. That's kind of the end of the story. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Yeah, we need to come up with a name, and we're like, what do we call each other? Like, me and Ian were going with Outrun Esports, I think, at the time, or Team Outrun, or whatever we were doing. And I'm like, oh, that doesn't really represent, like, the four of us. And then I don't know when I thought of it, but I was like, Ryan, Ian, Cisco, Rick! And then that was it. And it's very funny that I want to say, like, 80% of people still have no idea what Rick stands for, and I take a lot of pride in that.
Well, you said that in 2 different interviews, so if people don't know at this point, it's their fault.
Every time I explain it on stream, people are like, oh, that's what Rick stands for. Like, they're like, I'm like, what do you mean? Like, oh, I thought you just thought Rick was a funny name and rolled with it. I'm like, that is a thing that we would do.
Also true.
That's absolutely, yeah, we made Rick Ashley our de facto mascot, and that was not part of the bit. Cisco just kind of read the play on that one.
Did anyone else had thought of any different names? Any project names for the thing that didn't get an English is a fuck, y'all know.
Well, I don't think we're ever going to go away from Rick, or the thought was to leave Rick once it was established. But my personal favorite flavor of Rick is every time Cisco makes like a paint scheme and makes all the sponsors like Rick adjacent. Brilliant. Like, absolutely brilliant.
I think that gag started at Core. I think that's where that gag originated, was Core.
I think it was Lamar, because we made the Toyota.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
no,
that
not the
was I was
logos.
just doing the GT1. I was just doing, there were no logos on it.
Yeah,
so.
I think the Rick Poll Award was the genesis of that. I think you're right.
I think it was even before the Rick Poll Award, because that came later. I think it was.
No, the Dodge dealers. Was it the Dodge dealers?
It was when you and Ryan were doing Core. Yeah. And Ryan wanted to run a Casey Kane scheme. And I was like, but there one didn't exist, or was it that, or Ryan, you just wanted different, or no, there wasn't a 91. That's what it was. That's what it was. There wasn't a 91 with the Evernham font. And he wanted it for Core. I was like, oh, I'll do it. So I got the designer or whatever I'm doing. I'm like, wouldn't it be funny? And that's and it just snowballed from there. And that
then the
was
Jetta, and then
Turns out
the
it was
Kia,
funny.
Yeah,
Mustang.
Yeah, Wave Rickers. Yeah, every Zolder car after the Aston Martins. And you'll see that if you go look at the video that I did for the Mustang this past year. Every car after the Astons was some take of Rick on whatever car I was replicating. So the Jetta was Sonny's VW from Need for Speed Most Wanted 05. But in the kanji, I changed it so it was literally, I just wrote, what's TeamRICK in Japanese, and typed it in, Chimu Riku. I'm like, okay, that's hilarious. Like, that sounds very wrong, but sure, Google, whatever you say. So that's what the characters on the VW said. Then we did the Jag for the year of the Ringmasters, when Keenan was in Red Bull Ringmasters.
The Rick Cut, yeah.
Yeah, we had the Rick Cut prototype, which was based on the old Silk Cut Jaguar, but it was Rick Cut. And then it was the Rick Bull, which was based on Mad Mike's RX-8. So instead of the Mad Bull RX-8, it was the Rick Bull Kia Optima. That's when I'd say that's like the NASCAR paints. Those were pretty outrageous in terms of the Rick, but in terms of sheer amount of like artistic effort, I think the Optima probably won just because of how much time that went in. And then the
Yeah, that thing
Mustang this
rolled.
year. And then the Mustang this year, which was Chelsea's turns out championship winning Mustang, with Rick's oil, instead of Pennzoil. So, and then I don't know what we're gonna drive this year because Jimmy isn't gonna announce the cars until 2 weeks before, so we'll find out.
Something with wheels, I assume.
Yeah, so there's the
Insane.
Chimu Riku car. And I kid you, I don't know if that's kosher or not, but that's just what Google said. So I was like, all right, that's funny.
It works.
It works.
You can say fuck TeamRICK as far as you know.
Yeah, fuck Team Rick. That's fair.
Yeah, fuck TeamRICK.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we suck.
Well, you suck in a fun way.
It's Pride Month.
Well, I mean,
Wow.
Shieldhouse has got beef with Rick. Shieldhouse
That is
hates Rick.
true.
Yeah.
There's trauma
There is a member of a actual NASCAR team that probably wants all 4 of our heads on a platter now, and I get lots of joy in that because I'm not afraid of a man that's my height.
The story behind that is we just every time there was a wreck in core that David Shieldhouse was in, inevitably Ryan or Keenan or eventually myself or even Ian
Or all of us.
or all of us combined would slam
I'm not
into
gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. There was, I think it was a Daytona or a Talladega wreck where I knew I wasn't gonna make it, but I had a moment of clarity where I saw Shieldhouse sideways in front of me and I pointed my car at him.
I believe you. I wish I could find the video that I made of when me and Ryan 3D'd him through a table at North Wilkesboro.
Oh, it's on
my
Twitter.
It's on
yeah,
Twitter
it's
somewhere.
on Twitter. Oh God. The other hilarious thing was we talked a little bit earlier about Ryan's inevitability that if you cross him slightly once, he will end you.
Are you watching this video back?
No.
was the-
I was
Okay,
I was
no, you go
referencing
first.
something else. I was
go first.
referencing something else, which was the year-long payback that I ended up getting in core, where my first time that I ran it, my brakes broke going into pit road at Daytona, and
Oh,
I
God.
rammed through Plash, like killed him.
Yeah.
And then the next season, we went back to Daytona. I checked up for a wreck, and there was an 03 car that ate my butt. Like the next season at Daytona again.
Yeah, I think I did an Ian where I'm like, I'm not gonna make this. I don't think I hit the brake, but I was not on the throttle either. So I'll take that as a middle ground in my mind. No, I'm watching the Zolder trailer back, and there was a bit where Ryan was practicing for Le Mans, and there was some angry dude that kept saying how good he was and that he could beat anybody, and Ryan was just trolling him for like it was an hour-long race, and I think he was trolling him for 45 minutes. You only got 20 seconds. Come on, driver.
Dude literally spun in front of me and started talking shit.
I'm gonna make a insane. I'm gonna propose something insane. Cause why not?
It is Pride Month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does any of you remember when I took old DX thing and turned it into a Rick thing?
I remember that.
I always
Oh, was it the whole promo? Oh my god, yeah.
Oh yeah,
whole
I do.
promo.
Yeah, I do.
My proposal is for two of you, whoever wants to,
Two of us are really unhealthy right now. I need to stress that.
to dub over it.
Oh God.
Well, Cisco, Ryan, have fun with that.
Wait a minute.
Oh God.
Dude,
Man, I
my
don't
promo
know.
ability right now is they said all men are created equal,
Yeah.
but then you look at me like it wouldn't go well.
Yeah. my problem is I'm sitting on something for Max Bance in 2 weeks, and I'm already gonna make a lot of people angry with that. So I don't know if I'm ready to.
Oh, is Bance in 2 weeks?
Yeah, it's next week. Sorry, it's next week.
I say I think I I think I watched the format for that while I was on the toilet in Texas, which
It's
is
the
kind of where you want to consume Max Bance content.
yes,
Roll
yes,
Texas
indeed.
two-step.
It's the we make our own rules one, and the one I
Oh,
put
God.
in is so between myself and Corey, I feel so bad, and yet I'm so excited. So, but I could dub a promo. I not right now, but like when I have the time again, I could do that.
All right. We can do that some other time if y'all prefer. Or if you don't want to do it at all, that's cool too. I just thought it was a
The-
funny thing to suggest.
The two yelly ones are both sick right now, so
Yeah, I was gonna say the two people who are yelly most of the time and get the most angry but not angry, they're both sick. So
Also, I changed the start to make mention that Keenan's Canadian instead of while in the original interview, in the original thing they say hello my fellow Americans, but because Keenan's Canadian, I had to just say Canadians instead, and the other person tried to correct, and Keenan could be like, no, I mean Canadians.
God, who? I'm trying. Now I'm stuck in my head of who is who in DX if DX was Team Rick. I think Ryan's China because Ryan's just the straight man this whole time, and just would just sit there
Yeah.
and just cross-armed and just
no-
stone-faced at the
No
camera.
emotion.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say noted thing about China is that she was a straight man. You're right.
Yeah,
It's my favorite
but
part.
you know what I mean.
I know, it's just-
yeah.
Hey, winning the
Um,
IC title is nothing to sneeze at.
Who's
I
Hunter?
I feel like I'm Hunter, and I feel I can't get it out of my head. Keenan, I think you're X-Pac.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say Sean, but X-Pac makes way more sense.
Yeah, and I think Ian at that point is
Yeah.
Mike is
I
HBK.
start so many fights that I have no intent of finishing. You're so right.
I don't understand these references.
Just Cisco's right.
Yeah.
You're Shawn Michaels. You're a sexy boy. You're not a boy toy.
Yeah.
I love it how I pulled out the most random shit, and you all just had an answer for it.
That's
That's
again,
what I'm saying,
again that's it happens. One of us will get something. Out of the four of us, we cover so much internet terrain that like one of us will get something.
Okay, since y'all said who would be who in DX, well, who would be you in NWO?
I'm still X-Pac. I think I'm good.
Yeah, that's
I think I'm all right.
Would you be Nash, Ryan? Who would you be?
I've never seen Ryan.
I could tear my quads.
I mean,
I will trust the judgment of my friends.
I guess I would have to be Razor just for obvious reasons.
No, I think you're Hogan because you do a lot of backstage politicking.
Listen here, brother, that doesn't work for me. No, that's absolutely Ian. Are you kidding me? That doesn't work for me, brother. That's absolutely Ian. My
All
God,
right, fair
Flash.
I was like, you work for the company. That's what makes it funny. But then you turned it around on me and made sense. I apologize for my outvoice.
Ian, can you say the phrase "that doesn't work for me, brother"?
That doesn't work for me, brother.
Perfect. Perfect.
That doesn't work. For
I don't.
Me, brother.
I don't understand the energy I need to go for here. I don't understand wrestling.
You know what? You're
You
referencing
are-
something else. That is exact. That also works.
You are Hulk Hogan saying that he does not want to do something.
Well, if I do that, my voice is gonna be gone for 24 hours, so I'm good.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
you don't
Fair,
have to do the
that's
voice,
true.
brother.
Yeah.
Brother.
Uh, well,
There's your wrestling quota. We've loaded it up for you.
well, one last wrestling related question. Do you all have a favorite wrestler?
Man, if I say mine, I'm gonna start a
lot.
fight. I'm gonna start a fight if I say mine, so I don't know if
I'll
I
say
want to.
mine as well last, so I'll share in the pain.
Now you have to, Cisco.
I know who it is.
So he's Keaton knows exactly who it is, and Ryan, you could probably take 2 seconds and think for a minute. who it is. Yeah, it's annoying, but it is still Phil. As much as he continues to decide to be Chelsea DeNofa, it is still Phil. So Mr. Chick Magnet himself.
Yeah, I liked him a lot growing up. Obviously, my opinions have kind of changed a bit, but like, I don't know. I don't really like. I watch wrestling for wrestling now. So if like, there's somebody doing something cool, I'm like, sweet. Like, I'm not really locked into one performer too much, but I'll say I love what MGF is doing. I've been following him now for like his last 2 or 3 years of his career, and didn't really like him at first. Thought he was a little overrated, and then slowly turned me around. And like every time he's on the screen now, I'm on the edge of my seat. So yeah, if I had to pick who's out there right now doing cool stuff, I think it's got to be MGF.
Mm.
Do you have a favorite, Ryan? Like either now
I don't-
or as you grew up?
It's hard to pick. I definitely was a big fan of CM Punk when he was coming into the E.
The E.
But the E, the Fed.
E.
The Fed.
E.
E.
It's in the E.
I don't know. Because, like, I don't actually watch a whole lot. Like, actually watch the product more. I more just kind of follow the goings-on vaguely.
Yeah, that's basically me right now. Is I don't watch the product on a weekly basis. It's just I watch the world around it and what happens with it, and then we'll watch like a pay-per-view or something in Keenan's Discord. But that's really about it.
Yeah.
I definitely know Plash's favorite is Plash is definitely a James Ellsworth guy. I think.
I
no.
don't know who that is.
He looks just like you.
No.
But my exposure to wrestling is like whatever they're talking about. I have no idea.
Understandable.
Or maybe Ian's a Chelsea Green guy.
Well, I personally think it's hilarious as a guy who puts socks on his hands and those little socks have personalities. Like that's stupid. Who is that?
It's Mrs. Foley's baby boy.
Yeah, it's Mick Foley.
It's
All
the
right,
guy who got a
that's,
tooth shot
that's,
through his lip.
That's actually a good choice. Ian,
I
that's
personally
actually
find
a
that
really good
hilarious
choice.
every time I see something in there. I have no idea
Okay. Well,
who he is or what the bit is,
well,
but I think it's hilarious.
it could
I
be
don't need
Mick
the war.
Foley,
We can be
or
here a while.
it could be Mick Foley, or it could be the other
Oh.
guy who put a sock on his hand that did
I
funny
see.
things. Yeah.
Santino Marella.
Santino.
You got the bigger mouth, John Cena.
No. So like a long time ago, I went to the 24 Hours of Daytona, and there was some WWE thing going on one of the days off. I was hanging out with Wes Hogue, an old like Vidane admin and rival of mine back in like the Super Speedway days. He loves wrestling. He and his girlfriend, now fiance, I think, just loved wrestling. I'm just sitting there drinking a Corona, going like, what the fuck am I watching right now? And then I watch this guy with long ass hair come out, put socks over his hands, and start fighting with his sock hands. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
That is Santino Marella. The Cobra.
That is absolutely Santino Marella.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was fucking hilarious. I had no idea what was
Did
happening.
he like knife stab people with his hand in the throat?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, that's Santino
Yep.
Marella.
Okay.
The
He's
totally
an Italian man.
guy.
Yeah, he's an Italian man who mispronounces people's names. He's basically the comedic relief. That's the whole bit.
Isn't he Canadian
Perfect.
in real life?
Yeah, he's from Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Jim Cornette is going to be a huge Ian Plash fan.
Well, I might as well say my favorite since I said I would. It's Rob Van Dam.
The whole effing show.
I can't believe Saturn just came in this voice call and said, "You know my favorite wrestler? It's this guy." I was trying to make bong noises. I'm sorry. The mic did not pick it up.
I actually do like the gesture. Like sometimes when I'm alone, I do that gesture he does, pointing to himself when I'm feeling like kind of down, to kind of give myself some, feel myself better.
I do that naked in the shower.
Do y'all do
At my
the thing where it's like if you're walking into a building and just randomly you'll just start to hear a song or something come in and just start walking to that song even though it's in your head and not actually playing?
Yes.
Or is that me?
Yes, I do that too.
I've done that. Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely.
Uh,
Walk through the automatic doors going into work. All of a sudden, I just hear glass shatter in my head.
Yeah. Yeah. Or I'll just start hearing Motorhead if I'm walking into work. I'm like, all right, all right, it's time to play the game, I guess.
Cisco walks up with a bottle of water and just spits at everyone.
God.
Man, we really went on a big wrestling tangent there.
Yes, we did. Oh, hey, interesting Iowa facts, by the way, now that I'm driving through all the cornfields. The fields are germinating. Everything's starting to get green. We're getting to growing season.
Corn.
What do the Germans have to
Corn.
do with this?
No, Germa. Like Germa.
What does
German.
Germa have to do with this?
What does Germa have to do with this?
You seen the Germa corn gif, right?
Oh,
Personally,
oh
no.
yeah. Funny bit that Cisco I think would find funny maybe. Me and Ian and a couple of friends went for barbecue when we were in Dallas, and I did indeed eat the corn the long way.
He did.
Okay, Goldberg.
Wow.
I looked him dead in the eye while I was doing it. It was the most uncomfortable thing I've ever.
I was
There was a bunch of
slightly
people from Texas
perturbed.
staring at me like, you don't eat it like that. Has anyone told him he don't eat it like that?
It's sad. This is the only corn gif I have, and it's a guy in a hoodie that says Corn Elias. And I said to Davin one time, and I'm like, how much do I have to pay you to wear that, to find that hoodie and wear it on a stream? Because anyway.
So Keenan, what you're saying is, if Team Rick were the Judgment Day, you'd be Dirty Dom.
Oh, dude, I'm offended that you'd even need to bring that up. He has a mommy, bro. That's my whole brand.
And
Wait,
he eats corn the
doesn't
long
he
way.
have two mummies now?
He's living the dream, bro.
Mm.
I can't believe 2K24 foreshadowed the fact that Dom would cheat on Rio with somebody else. Like, I played that game 2 months ago, and my character in My Rise was like, oh yeah, Dom's gonna help you out, and then Dom's like, yeah, if you ever need anything, and like comes out to defend me. I'm
Prophecy.
like, god damn it, both in the business.
Turns out it was a spoiler.
Yeah.
Do you all have Cause now I'm just throwing completely random questions, and this is fun. Do you all have favorite drivers or riders growing up in any form of motorsport?
Oh, fuck. Without doubt, always Jeff Gordon, without question.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You would've been a Jeff
got me
guy.
got me into
I was-
racing.
That was a Jeff Gordon kid too.
Family love, yeah, family love Jeff Gordon. Well, my dad loved Dale Earnhardt Jr., so that was a funny household interaction. But then he became a Hendrick driver, and we were all unified, and it was actually hilarious. And then we all hated Kyle Busch in 2009. We still do. Fuck Kyle Busch.
My
I
homies
bet you
hated
would.
Kyle Busch.
I don't know. That dad bod ain't for me. I don't know, Chief. You see, what you get in the trailer is you get his Superman body on like the Fox Sport ad. Then you look at him in person, and it's like, oh, yeah. Sir Wide Shoulders is not Sir Wide Shoulders as it would turn out. But yeah, no, without a doubt, Jeff Gordon. I just think his influence on motorsport, his innate ability just to be a fucking monster anywhere he went, and like the drive and determination he had everywhere was just really cool to watch. It was kind of like, oh, I know a lot of my favorite conservatives around here say, no, Jeff Gordon was the death of NASCAR. But, like, no, I think he is, like, the reason why the sport is what it is today, even. I don't think NASCAR exists today without Jeff Gordon's influence, if I'm real with you.
I like Tony Stewart because he pooped his pants. It taught me as a young child to learn that shitting your pants should never stop you from achieving your goals. I'm doing it right now. That's a serious answer, just a stupid reason. I don't know. I like that he was fast and like it wasn't corporate because that was about the time in NASCAR where a lot of new drivers and didn't really want to ruffle any feathers and didn't want to piss off their sponsors. And Tony was like, "Yeah, Goodyear, fuck them, idiots, tire dummies. What do you make condoms for cars, morons?" And I love that. It just was kind of based my whole personality of like just be like never sacrifice who you are to please a brand or a company, which is stupid. And if anyone follows my career, they'll know very well. But,
Oh.
yeah,
Yeah, we can all attest to that.
It's gotten me into trouble.
I mean, I grew up. My mom was a Jeff Gordon fan, so I grew up actually as a Jimmy Johnson fan because that was right about the time I started understanding the sport, and I didn't want to pick the same person as my mom, so I was like, all right, well, who's this new guy from California? And I have like his rookie cards over in the corner, and I've been a fan of his ever since, and I think probably my favorite part of that whole thing was I got to paint his Indy car that he ran on iRacing in 2020 when he did like a one-off with those guys during the pandemic. And I got to do his off-road Chevy Lightning scheme on an Indy car and got to hang out with him for like an hour on a phone call talking about the car and what he wanted and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, I mean, I've always been a big Jimmy Johnson guy. These days, Daniel Suarez. But I mean, as long as Jimmy continues driving, I'll keep rooting for him. So
I gave such, when you think and your brain actually comes up with a thought that's correct. Tony
5
Stewart
hours
did poop
after
his
this.
pants. Tony Stewart did poop his pants. That's excellent. How did I not say Casey Tsuchiya?
yeah, I was gonna.
That's my actual dad.
Yeah,
Like,
I was gonna say.
That's your brand. Hold on.
that is my like as soon as you're like, oh, I was in a call with him for an hour and it was like special. I'm like, who would I like want to sit down and talk to? Casey Tsuchiya. I still have a copy of. I mean, he's got to be getting up there in years now, and I would like to see if he comes next time he comes back to North America, and if it's like any sort of like if I can get there, I have a PS2 copy of D1 Grand Prix, and I'd love for him to sign it because that was like I was interested in like competitive drifting when I was growing up, but that was kind of like the oh wow, this is super cool. Like not the game itself, but like that era of D1 got me really into it. Obviously, it's Tony's still up there because I was a big NASCAR kid as a growing up. But like when I saw like the Drift Bible and like Video Option and what else? The other thing he worked on? Not Up Garage. What was it called? Hot Version. I'm dumb. I was like, no, this is cool. This is like the motorsport and stuff that I want to be involved in. So yeah, for me, it's I'll be the weeb, I guess. I'm changing my answer. Casey Tsuchiya, final answer.
I thought your dad was 5-time champ car race winner, AJ Allmendinger.
I have lots of fathers.
Ryan, who's your guy?
Well, I guess when I was a kid, my guy, it kind of evolved as I aged. So I started off watching NASCAR, got into Jeff Gordon because my dad was a Jeff Gordon fan, had a bunch of Jeff Gordon like die casts and flags and stuff around his house. Really liked Tony Stewart because he was really good and also semi-local. Casey Kane, when he came up in the Cup scene, immediately became a Casey Kane fan and felt the pain of being a Casey Kane fan.
That first year, man. That first year. Oh man.
6 runner-up finishes.
Yeah.
I will never finish. I will never forget that Coca-Cola 600.
Oh my god. The rocket ship.
Spain without the S.
No.
Yes. And then like early 2000s, I discovered like other forms of motorsport thanks to Speed Channel. So I don't know if I'd say I was big fans of these drivers, but like some names stuck out to me, like Nicky Hayden, Valentino Rossi, Tom Christensen. Yeah. Nowadays, I watch so much. Well, I don't watch a lot, but like there's so many drivers that I like and respect. Like half the NASCAR grid I want to win every week. Uh, Half the MotoGP grid I want to see win every week. So,
I've got a good follow up to that, which is, and Ryan, I'll lead off with you because yours is I think very obvious, which is there a favorite racing car that you're always drawn to?
favorite
And why?
racing car.
Yeah, a car specifically that like, oh yeah, that's
It's our
that's my
interview
brand.
now, baby.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you all took
that's-
over. I guess
yeah,
I'll answer
that's-
then.
that's my brand, and I guess I'm more curious to actually know what the story is behind it for Ryan, the Orca Viper.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Actually, I can answer this question with two words:
Yeah,
Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo.
Yeah. Gran Turismo introduced me to the Dodge Viper. I fell in love with it. It was love at first sight. And the Team Orca Vipers. And then I don't know when I like first experienced this, but seeing like the Vipers win Daytona 24-hour overall in 2000. Ooh.
Yeah,
But also was a big like Corvette racing fan at the time as well. The C5R with like just all yellow with the black rear bumper.
And they won Daytona
Gorgeous.
the next year.
Yeah, the Corvettes won next year. That was the year that had the Dale and Dale car where Dale Senior and Junior were in one of the Corvettes together.
that was so cool seeing them race together like that. That was just nuts.
Wasn't that Senior's last podium ever in any form of motorsport?
I think that might have been his last, like other than like the qualifying races at Daytona that year, that might have been his last like competitive race he finished. 'Cause that was the same year.
The duels.
that happened.
Maybe the duels.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, since it wasn't me doing the question, I'll answer. Mine is the 1999 Jordan F1 car.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just love that
Bitten
livery to
heroes.
bits.
Okay, Chev, where did the name come from?
What? What?
Cisco's
Okay.
got bangers today.
Yeah.
Oh
Jesus
my God,
Christ.
he's ready.
It's almost like I have a degree in this stuff.
I just thought it was really funny because I knew a Chevette was the slowest piece of shit rust bucket on planet Earth. And when I was in a racing week thinking of a name to use for my screen tag, I'm like, wouldn't it be funny if there was a Chevette and it was fast? He said, not knowing about the Brazilian drag racing scene where they make Chevettes go like 6 seconds. Besides the point, I just thought it'd be hilarious, and it stuck. That's all there is to it. There's nothing deeper than that. It was a name out of irony that just stuck.
I love the chaos that this is. Who's interviewing who? Who cares?
Yeah. Arrow, yours.
Who wants
'Cause,
to
I
make
mean,
a question now?
Well, I'm just going down the list. I mean, Arrow, is the Jag, do you think your brand car in terms of like your career and content and all that stuff?
Like
Is it
kind
the
of,
Jag?
I guess. Just I wouldn't say it's my favorite car in the world, but like, it's definitely something I've taken and kind of made part of the brand, I guess.
Yeah.
The
Your
TLDR to
identity,
that-
I guess.
Yeah, the TLDR to that is in like Forza 6, I think. In competitive drifting, the Nissan GTR was like the meta. So I wanted to get something that was similar but not quite the same because I didn't want to just use the same thing everyone else was using. So I kind of looked down the list of cars, and I found that the XKRS GT was similar weight, obviously similar tire size, similar wheelbase, and it is supercharged V8, so there's no turbo lag. So I was like, all right, cool, and it worked out. So I was like, okay, this is just like a GTR, but it's not, and I think it's with the facelift, it's a beautiful car. It looks really good going sideways, so I was like, all right, cool, and I kind of just ran with it. But like, I don't know, since I've stopped doing as much drifting, it's definitely not as prevalent as like the Viper is with Ryan stuff. And
I mean, if you wanna talk about cars that people have made a brand out of.
Well,
you
yeah.
you have a strong
there's
argument here.
There's a
certain
bright pink
hatchback.
looming hatchback in the background.
Father, why have you forgotten about me? It's been 84 years, Father. I grow tired and hungry. You're in a video game now.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're literally in a video game because of that.
Shout out to the Need for Speed Pro Street Pepega mod.
When did you realize that the pink vits had become a thing? Like, how did that? I know I've seen a video of your reaction to getting the pink vits, but when did you realize it had become a thing?
I don't know. It's hard to remember all the way back then, but apparently that's just a reaction that the internet enjoyed. It's fun. It's really funny to reflect on it nowadays because like that was genuinely like, ew, this is gross. I hate this. But now it's like, I love this car, and like also pink is one of my favorite colors now. But I don't know. It's one of those things that like I would occasionally see like brought up by other people, and it's one of those. It's one of those things when you have a certain, I guess, meme tied to you on the internet. You can approach it in one of two different ways. You can either embrace it and laugh with them, or you can just let it completely destroy you mentally, and it's never going to go away. I chose to embrace the pink.
Ew.
Yeah.
I'd say it's a pretty cool thing to embrace.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And I'm glad there is at least because the original reactions are gone, pretty much lost. Well, not lost to time, but like the original videos are pretty much lost because YouTube copyright decided to completely nuke the entire playthrough of that game. But
I think
it's been
video
preserved.
is still on.
Yeah. Thunder made a basically like a reaction compilation called "The Legend of the Pink Vits," so at least it still lives on. And now I incorporate pink into most of the cars I use in the video games I play.
That's just how things turn out.
It-
Sometimes.
It'd be how it do, Yugi.
It is kind of a weird tangent that affects all of us in different ways, but how long all of us have been around the sphere one way or another, and making content. I mean, Ryan is the Pink Vits guy, and I mean that's one of the oldest car gags, memes, whatever you want to call it, in YouTube history. Like that like gaming.
2011.
Yeah. But like it's not just that. I mean, one of the people I used to work with at Porsche, who he's moved up and changed his job a little bit, so I don't work with him much these days. Nicholas at Porsche, he knew Arrow from like Build It, Drift to Kill It era of Forza. Yeah,
like
Attacks.
10 years ago. Yeah. He was pretty fast and like one of the very first Forza content creators, and then he kind of fell off, and I was always wondering what he was up to. And we jumped into a broadcast for Porsche Super Cup, and I saw his name. I was like, oh my god, this is what you've been doing. It was funny. It was small world.
And like Plash is like, when I mentioned the fact that like when I first joined iRacing, there were like 4 people from Illinois who were notable in iRacing, and Ian was one of them, and it's still, Ian, you're not like racing every week or anything, but nobody's forgotten you. You're still part of that, that world
Trying
in
to think
different ways.
who were like the OGs from Club Illinois. It would have been me, Busa. Well, no, Busa
Morganti.
was
Yeah,
Morganti.
Busa was. Yeah. The four
Yeah.
that I had in my head were me, you, Busa, and Morganti, and that was it.
Yeah.
Because this was even before Malone got big, and he's Illinois as well. But that was kind of it, and then it was just like random people who were fast but like not notable or didn't stream. That was that was us.
So funny story, by the way. Funny lore. I always think about this and I always forget about it. Like the more I think about it, I think I was one of the first 3 people to ever stream iRacing on Twitch, which at that time was Justin TV.
Yeah.
Because like that was a long time ago. That was like what, 2010, 2011? I think it was 11.
Oh god,
Yeah.
2010 is almost 15 years
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah, it's almost
God,
15 years ago now.
I was using freaking like XSplit at the time, I think was the program.
You
Yep.
sure were.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
back
No,
then,
like that was
OBS
there was
like not good at the time. Like
yeah, no, there was like there was no structure for like iRacing streamers, there was no meta, there was no like pool of people. It was just like, this is kind of silly, I want to do it. And I don't know why. That's just basically what I did my entire time. It's like I just want to stream some racing, whatever, right? But no, I always forget about that. It's like, damn, me as like someone who has an account still on Twitch. I still have that same account that was like vetted from a Justin TV account. It's like that's down in the hundreds at this point of like active accounts. Not even like streaming, just like Twitch accounts that are still logged in and used from Justin TV era. Like that's ancient. I'm old. Why am I old?
And like for me, the group that I raced with in my first league when I joined, I mean, there's still people who came out of that. I work with one of them, hilariously. Seth Whitaker, who's iRacing's web designer. I used to race with him like years and years and years and years and years ago in No Bull. And we went from there, and then Gabe Wood is the same way, and Gabe's now working for Alpha Prime Racing. He's one of their crew guys. And so it's just sort of like worked out where we've all sort of been around this thing for so long, and we all kind of left our own legacy on different parts of this in different ways. And it's wild that to see what this has all become and to kind of know that we've all left our own mark on it in different ways is wild.
All right.
Woo!
I
Leaving it to leave a roof over my head.
All right. If I'm looking at the clock right, I think Ryan has to go to his work.
I got
group
2 hours.
right now.
Ryan's got 2 hours. Ian's got half an hour.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Either way, I personally can't think of anything else. I think we covered pretty much everything we want. I think we had all the chaos, or at least a good portion of it. Is there anything you want to say to anyone maybe thinking about doing the same kind of thing? Any advice?
The simplest thing I could say is like, if you're gonna do stuff like this, don't even worry about doing it for views or exposure. Get a good group of guys that you meld with, and just have fun. Do things you all enjoy together, and just turn on a recording, turn on a stream, just whatever. Have fun. If the chemistry's there, it's there will be a natural gravity for the viewing experience. You don't need to worry about it. Even if it ever does blow up, just have fun with it. That's all there is to it. We're not big. We're just a group of guys that just have fun with what we do, and it's as simple as that. It's nothing more, nothing less. Make your primary goal and have fun with it, really.
Yeah, just do it. Do it for a reason that's not. Oh, I want to be. Don't do it just because you want to be a big streamer and want to be like super famous or something like that. Find a reason. Find a reason that matters to you that you really want to do it. Like whether you want to be able to do this, that, or the other thing, or you want to just enjoy hanging out with people, or you just really enjoy this discipline or this genre or doing these particular things. Yeah, find that reason to motivate you to keep doing it.
In a more like
Never give up.
in a more like TeamRICK scope, yeah, kind of to echo what they said too, is like we didn't choose to do stuff together because we're like, oh, this will be good for our metrics, or this will be good for numbers, or like we need to work with people a certain size because it's like I just was like, these are 3 people that I like a lot, and I think I would enjoy hanging out with them for long periods of time, and that was kind of the end of the train of thought there. And look to what happened. Let's say 4 or 5 years later, I'm going to meet Cisco for the first time in a week and a couple days now. That sucks.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I get to be home and then we're gone again.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
and like I just flew halfway across the country to see Chev for the first time. I haven't seen him in years. It doesn't. It's not all about the numbers at the end of the day. It's about like I think we could all quit this thing tomorrow and look back on these friendships and memories that we've made and be like, yeah, this was successful, regardless of whether there's a number to back that up or not.
I don't have anything else to add that hasn't already been said.
That's all right, Ryan. Your throbbing, hard, thick penis does all the talking for you now. It's okay.
8
No, I'm convinced.
whole
Like,
inches.
yeah. No, it's 9. That's where the 91 comes from.
Look, all I'm saying, I've never heard. I have
9.1 inches. Come on, guys. It's not that hard to figure out.
All that matters at the end of the day is that if you need parts for your Corvette, go to
I'm
Corvette
fucking leaving.
Parts.
Shut the fuck up. Shut
A
the
Corvette
fuck.
parts for the Mustang.
Well, you might as well y'all plug something.
I'm a big fan of CamaroTrinkets.org personally.
Oh, gonna plug something? Okay, shout out to the TeamRICK's OnlyFans page.
Yeah,
It's a real
And,
thing.
yeah. That is a real thing.
Find the description of this.
OnlyFans.com/TeamRICK.
Yeah. And shout out to Alfredo sauce. I think Alfredo sauce is the play right now. I think it's severely underrated sauce and needs to be used more in dishes. That's what I got to say.
Shout out to Corn.
Oh yeah, I love that band.
Yeah, corn's good.
Fuck corn.
Corn's great. You're just overexposed. You just live with it every single day. Corn's
Yeah.
great. You've just
Fun fact: corn is barely a thing here where I live.
Unfortunate.
You should go to Iowa. They have it.
They got
You know
plenty of
what?
it.
I think we should stop the jokes, guys. It's getting real corny.
Shut the
And on that terrible disappointment.
Yeah, thank you.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Y'all a
Should have never
bundle of
given me a
laughs.
soundboard.
I-
Should have never given me a soundboard.
Oh my goodness.
I love y'all, and thank you for coming and being here.
The first time anyone's ever thanked me for coming. Thank you. He's like, it's only been 30 seconds. What were we supposed to do for the rest of the night? We already
See,
watched 3
Saturn, what you're
movies.
supposed to do is just slowly fade this out with music coming up because they were never going to
Ba-ba-ba-ba-da!
actually... Yeah, it's never going to actually end. We're just going to keep coming in and make some last-minute comments, so...
I'm done. I'm done. I
Okay,
promise.
okay. Which music should I add this with?
Ba-ba-ba-ba-da!
Wait, the McDonald's theme? Okay.
No! Oh,
I
shout
got
out
this.
on the...
1 second. I'm on the case.
Yep,
Loving it.
yep. Shout out on the spot.
This would have been a lot. better if you had it queued up and ready to go right away, but not with this awkward silence
What awkward
needs
silence.
to be filled with random fill.
That's what editing's
Oh, hey,
for,
speaking-
you fool.
What editing?
Yeah, true. Hey, you know what you call a sheep with no arms and no legs and a hole? Oh, fuck, never mind. The joke was it's Phil.
All right.
All right.
Thank you all.
Thank
for
you all for
this, whatever it is, and for anyone hearing, if anyone was brave enough to hear it all the way, thank you for hearing, and have a good one.